Okie dokie. Welcome back to the Surfing Analysis Podcast. I'm Liam.
I'm Dan.
We're brought to you by Beach House Physio down on the Gold Coast. For all your surfing needs, go see Bracken.
Sweet as.
Okie dokie.
Let's get straight into it this time.
Yep, so we're going to get into the RipCurl Pro France. MEO?
The MEO RipCurl Pro.
Yes, that's the one. The MEO RipCurl Pro.
Yep.
So let's start with Italo, the winner.
Yep, the winner took it out. He was doing some pretty incredible surfing towards the end there, huh?
Yeah, he's bloody awesome.
His completion rate's up there with Felipe. Like
Yeah.
You know, you're thinking of the lefts and the rights.
Yeah.
Him and Gabriel, they've got that shit. They've got that shit locked down.
Yeah, so we're talking about that before. So leading into this, I was always saying Toledo's more consistent on airs than like Medina. And obviously Italo's there as well, but I'm starting to think maybe not. Starting to think that maybe Toledo's more consistent because he's on his forehand.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot, because we all know all the breaks on the tour are basically rights.
Yeah. Well, when these guys have got a section, they're doing it, aren't they? So.
Yeah, so like in this event, you get to see that Italo is consistent as shit on his bloody forehand.
Yes, he is.
And Medina too.
Exactly. And these guys, we've seen big boosts from them in the past.
Yeah.
But they've been on the backhand most of the time.
Yeah.
Because they've had to.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking definitely like on their forehand, they all probably have the same amount of consistency. The difference is still give it to Toledo because he can get more pop.
Yeah. He does have the most pop out of all, and he surfs that a little bit faster.
Yeah, he can do the speed, which then he can use that speed to generate into air.
That's, you know, you've seen a couple of times on different occasions where he's done multiple big airs on that single wave.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen these guys do one big one and maybe a small one afterwards, but not multiple, like, big sections, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, his pop's definitely a bit higher.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But he's taken it out, and with 3 wins now.
Yeah,
he's got more wins than everyone else, but he's not in title contention because all of his other results are shit.
Yeah, so what's he got? He's got 3 wins.
And a whole lot of losses.
A 5th.
Yeah.
And then 13th and 25th.
Yeah. He's like, on his interview, he's like, oh, I've won a few, and then I've lost a heap.
Well, we were looking at prize money before too, and he's got the highest prize money because he's won them.
3 events, yeah.
So, with Italo, really, we're talking about the last day. That's when he turned it on like
he
crazy.
Turned it on. He was sort of like making his way through the heats silently before the finals day.
Yeah.
And then finals day it came, and it was just pretty perfect for him. He had these nice little rampy lefts.
Yeah, you know? So that happened last night. I got home after work. They kept on putting it off. They kicked off at about 11:40 our time. And when I first saw the heat, I was like, this is dog shit. Like, I was like,
it was small.
It was 2 foot.
Yeah.
But then as the heat progressed, I saw a couple of more like 3-footers, a couple bit bigger. But you could see like Italo's mindset immediately was like, he was having a great time.
Yeah.
He wasn't even competing. He was just like, he was up against Perez, who he knows, although he did do a punt, did an air reverse, he can't really compete with him. So he was so relaxed in that set, in that quarter, in the quarters.
But even viewing that, bro, like, if they weren't doing those high risk big airs and stuff in that sort of surf, I would have probably got a bit bored. With like what they could do, because that, you know, the big turns, fair enough, they do a big turn, but it's not really like crazy for me because it's only 2 foot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you want to see the top guys on. If they're surfing waves. 3 foot and you're doing turns, it's not that good.
No, it's just they need to mix it up.
Yeah,
I like the turns, like some of the turns Joan Duru was doing.
Good,
really good, and
good variation too.
And Owen, but they it'd be good to mix it up a bit more, even with, you know, a couple of boosts as well.
Yeah. So yeah, into the quarters, they held it in those conditions, and so you were just saying, like, if guys weren't doing punts in these conditions. That's not really great viewing.
No.
But because they were doing the punt show, I actually liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, definitely. So Italo came in, so he smashed out smashed out Paul Perez in the quarter. How did you see at the end of the heat that he's like, you know, we don't know what he was saying. He could have been saying, he was moving his arms. He could have been
come in here. The waves are over here.
Yeah,
the waves are over
We
here.
think he's saying like, come on, go over to this spot. It's a good spot. Who knows? He could have been saying, you know, 5 minutes left. You might as well go into the beach because you can't win it. But
because I'm comboed.
But because you comboed and you can't do airs like me. But it was a pretty good show that like Italo seems like a decent guy that even in the heat.
He gave him the space.
You know, he's like, go get a wave, like, and Perez in the last, I think it was the last 5 minutes.
He did that.
He did get the boost, and it was like, all right, good.
Yeah, nice
you know, at least he's not a prick about it.
But you know, that was pretty good for Perez as well, getting another result. That's another result.
It's a high result for him.
Another quarterfinal.
Did well.
Yeah,
coming into those conditions, he couldn't compete with him, unfortunately.
No.
And then, so who did? So
and then
Toledo won the quarter, and then he went into the semi.
No, Italo.
Italo, sorry.
Yeah,
Italo.
And then he went against Gabriel.
In the semi, so what a heat.
It was crazy, man.
It was sick. It was like crazy air show.
Dude, they stomped nearly every single air. Yeah, only one air that Gabriel didn't land. That was the only
that was like the only. And in the, I think in the quarter too, Italo landed 5 airs and I think he missed 1. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was same deal in this heat, and but it's cool that he did beat him because you know now you know it didn't give him the opportunity to win there, and then it would have been all over. Now we've got like all these different things happening towards pipe. You know, you know, there's so many different variations of what could happen if they get up into those quarters,
into higher.
All 3 of them, sort of thing.
With that heat, they sort of took turns. Like say, I think Italo maybe got a score immediately, and then he just started going waves while Medina did the old I'll hold priority. What's this?
There's a fly.
Oh, okay.
Or a mosquito.
Like, are you
sign language. We're not doing it right.
Are you signalling to me? I thought you were going, there's something on your face.
No, mate. You got shit on your face.
So then Medina would hold priority, and then he got a score, and then he did the swap, and Italo held priority. He actually held it quite late into the...
Before he got the score.
Like he had to get that score at the end.
Yeah. But it was solid. It was bigger than all the other boosts, so they scored it like an 8 point something, didn't they? Or 9? 9.
It was a 9.3.
9.3, yeah. So but because they were given 7.83s for smaller airs than that, so they had to have some sort of scale there, I suppose.
Well, with that, okay, so Medina he did the alley-oop. And I think he got a 7-8-ish. And then they gave a 9-3 for Toledo's. Do you think it was a 9-3? Italo's. I'm looking at... I'm even this. I keep on looking at Toledo here.
Felipe.
Yeah, okay. So they gave that for Italo.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a 9.3?
It's probably not... It's definitely not a 9.3, but it's just in the way that they scored those previous rides that they had to...
Give it more.
Give it a bit
but I think that was pushing it a bit much.
It's pushing
maybe
it
an 8.5.
Yeah. They just wanted to signal how much better it was, I suppose, because Gabriel could still get another wave and then do...
Yep.
You know, something similar.
Yep.
I don't know.
That fly's still bothering you.
It is.
I was gonna say, what do you think of the alley-oop by Medina?
Oh, it was
fucking awesome, eh?
Yeah, but you know,
I liked it a lot.
It was only a small wave.
Yeah.
It was only like not even a 2-footer really.
So I thought the alley-oop was good because the variety, but you're saying, tell me about like.
Well, I'm just saying.
Why was Italo's score higher? Because they're doing air reverses all the time.
Because it was more projected, like he had more speed.
Yeah.
It was full rotation, and he landed right on the flat, so it was like really corked out as well. Like so
So tell us what's corked then.
Like okay, so he's lifted it, like his tail a bit more. So like instead of being a really flat spin where like you're sort of just spinning like that,
you're standing.
You're standing.
You're standing upright, and you're just spinning.
You're not
with the board underneath.
Yeah, and so like a cork or off axis spin is sort of like when you. There's a lot of times you're grabbing it and stuff, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
You sort of just go up, so a lot of your tail's higher than your
and because your tail's higher,
so you sort of flip over.
Yeah,
you flip over like I'll kick the screen as well.
Yeah, so so rather than doing you standing straight up, born underneath you spinning, if you tilt it,
more of a flat spin.
If you get your tail up, you've tilted it.
Yeah,
and so that's more difficult.
Yeah, it's instead of it's sort of like if that was the flat, like you go like that.
Yeah,
but then this one is more. Like over like that.
Yeah. So, okay, here's the other one. So they're all doing air reverses, and Medina did the alley-oop. So which is more difficult?
I'd say the full rotation ones
are more difficult.
Yeah, but like
how come?
But too, like the normal reverse, like a normal reverse.
Yes.
Depending on the surfer too. There's some surfers that are better at alley-oops than other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Gabriel Medina is one of them people. You know.
Okay, if the air reverse, let's say the air reverse is more difficult, how come everybody's doing the air reverse?
No, because see, a lot of people are just doing an air reverse, which is just
a stock standard
tail to the beach sort of thing, spinning around. But then these
guys are doing bigger.
They're going bigger. They're nearly full. They're full rotating before they even come back down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
so that's more difficult than an alley-oop.
Well,
a normal air reverse, which isn't that big, and you land halfway and you spin it.
But I'm not saying that a big alley. If it was a big alley-oop,
then that's more difficult.
It's in
or
a
should
different.
Score,
it
be
should
scored
be scored very very similar. You know, in a different realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so great heat. Italo clinches it. Medina's out, and then the final.
Yeah.
Giroux versus Italo.
Yeah. Well, so Giroux came out pretty strong. He got like a nice backhand wave and two big whacks.
Yeah, good.
But he didn't get anything else after that. And
I think he tried an air maybe as well.
Yeah. He did got a 4 or something for it. But then it was just the Italo show after that. Like once he got his waves.
Yeah. What did he do? He did that big air.
He did a crazy air. Yeah, it was pretty.
Another air reverse.
Another big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did multiple ones. Like that was just
the biggest one.
But yeah, like all props to Joan Dura as well. Like he's gone up 10 placings, I think.
Yeah.
So he's gone up 10 placings and he's on like 23rd now. So
yeah, he's still borderline now, but he looked like he wasn't going to qualify at all.
But he's a good barrel rider. I have confidence that he can make it through a few heats at pipe and re-qualify again. I
was impressed with his air game. Like I haven't seen too much of his air game. He can throw air reverses.
He can.
Impressive.
Not as good as his other guys, but
still pretty good.
Man, he took down Felipe. He's one of the giant killers.
Yeah, so
he's one of the giant killers.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So that's round 3.
Mm-hmm.
We were all getting G'd up for that too. Like so, round 3 was coming up. There was Giroux versus Felipe.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about that one. And I was saying Giroux's French. He came off the French one and had a bad event.
Yeah.
And then
he's had pretty much bad events the whole year.
Yeah, and I thought at home a bad event, he'd be coming for it into that one. And how good was he?
He was good. Ooh. Well, he made it to the final, so he did something right.
Yeah, he did good. He surfed well all the way through.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he did good, and all props to him. Hopefully, he makes it through a few rounds at pipe and gets through.
Who took out JW?
That was it? Giroux again.
Yeah, yes. It was Giroux.
Yeah, he was just a giant killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had the good event, man, and he full beat Julian. Julian just started to get stressed out and started to do silly stuff, and he didn't get the waves.
Yeah, well, I was quite happy with Giroux coming up against Toledo because I knew like all these things could work in his favour. And then when Julian Wilson was up against Giroux, I was thinking the same things. I'm like, this is bad because he's on a run. He's took him down.
Yeah. So
all right,
pretty much let's go to Medina, really.
Yeah, all right, let's go to Medina.
Yeah, well, he's ripping, man.
Good surfing.
Fucking the guy that took him down's the winner of the event.
Yeah.
It was just that one heat, and then Gabriel probably would have taken it down, I'd say.
He was winning until the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. He's just crazy.
Did variation, did the alley-oop, did air reverses. I think he did a nose pick in that as well.
He rips. And, he might be a bit of a mongrel in the, in the terms of, like, being really aggressive out in the surf and but, like, it's obviously it's working for him, and he's thinking he's king shit, and he's sort of pulling it off.
He is king shit,
he is,
and once again, he's the most consistent guy on the tour. Like,
yeah. So but then it comes to guys like we can go now, to Callahan.
Yeah, so let's go into that. So yeah, Callahan was up against Medina in round 3.
Yeah.
So we were looking at the Juru Toledo, and I was like, oh, he could lose. But I was sort of thinking, oh, maybe Juru, long shot to get him. But like Callahan versus Medina, I was like, Callahan.
I was
like, this is a 50-50.
Yeah, well, that's it. And he came off a round 1 win as well after France.
Yeah.
After doing so well at France.
Yeah.
And then he just had heaps of momentum, and he
won round 1.
And that's what I mean. He come into that heat. I would have, if I was Gabriel Medina, I would have been a bit worried because
big time worried. That's one of the few guys who can beat you.
That's right, and he brought it. He brought it right to the end. He had a shot, and then he ended up getting disqualified.
Yeah,
because of that paddle battle that they're hitting each other, which I don't think it's actually Callahan's.
All right. Well, let's get into that. So
it's not Callahan's fault.
I'll say the lead up, like coming into it, I found myself, I've been getting funny feelings. Like I was actually liking Medina, which I'm probably the only Australian who does.
No,
and then he goes into this and like spits in my face. Like I'm like oh, I like him. He's a complete surfer. Yeah, he's a bit of a douche, but then he rips. He's just a douche.
Yeah, but he rips.
Really?
Yes, he is. But the thing is, he beats all this douche, but he still backs it up. But the thing is, he should have been disqualified with that because really Callahan's just trying to get a wave, and he was getting that close to him paddling and stuff. I know that Callahan's even in his interview said that
was too.
Yeah, he was too, but not to the point of him.
Yeah, so coming into it, Callahan needs a score. Medina's got priority. You can tell Callahan is trying to sit with him a bit, but Medina is, for the last 5 minutes, literally, basically blocking him with his body, paddling into him.
Oh, they were hitting each other like this.
Yeah. And then Callahan goes for a wave, and he's literally paddling for the wave. Medina isn't paddling for the wave. He's paddling for Callahan to get a DQ.
Yeah, and then goes like that.
And then, he's paddling beside the board. His arms are going beside. And then on his last stroke, for some reason, his right arm goes right out, and he puts it on his back, and then he puts his hands up.
Oh, my God.
Oh, been DQ'd. My God, he's in the way. It's like you threw yourself on top of him.
Yeah, but he won anyway. Like,
but
let's
that's not necessary. And the guys in the booth were saying in the lead up, they're like, and I think Fanning said, like, you can be close, but you don't need to be on top of the guy.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the commission's considering bringing in a new rule, and it should be the Medina rule.
Oh, about that.
It's a Medina rule. I think at the moment the problem is it's not in the rule set to DQ him for what he's doing.
But they
want to change it.
There has been a fair few incidents already this year.
There's been 4 this year with Medina.
Well, there you go.
4.
You've got that Geordie Smith one. You've got that one.
The one in Snapper was...
you've got Leonardo Fioravanti.
Yep.
And who else?
Geordie Smith one. And there was one before that, but I can't remember who it was with.
Was it... Nah. I think... No, okay, yeah.
Was it something in Rio, or I don't know.
I know Zeke Lau did a bad one to Gabriel. To John.
But he wasn't on top. He was in front of him. It was more of a mental psych out.
Yeah.
Medina is physically getting onto
him. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
And I was like, I really liked him coming into it, and then he shits on me face. I'm like, I just put myself out there. Oh, he's not that bad, and then he goes and does this. Like,
well, I know, but The thing is, now because of this, it's his to lose, man. He's pretty much the other guys have got to get to the final.
I will say, what about the interviews after that heat? What did Medina say?
Oh, Medina was just saying.
He said no space.
Yeah, he's like, it wasn't going to give him space. No, no space.
No space.
No space. So he's trying to do it.
Yeah, he's trying to do it.
Doing it. Yeah.
And then Rosie interviewed Callahan. Said, it wasn't Rosie. It was somebody else anyway. Yeah. And they go, it's pretty ferocious out there. And he's like,
He's a ferocious competitor.
Yeah. He said it's ferocious competitor. And then they go, do you think you need to battle harder coming into the CT? And he was like, nah, he needed good wave selection.
Yeah, he just didn't get the good waves. He got like a couple of mushy ones, and he said that
he caught some rails because of it.
Opportunity, but he didn't keep going.
So good attitude. I would have liked him to have sprayed Medina, but it is a good. If you want to win heats, that's the attitude. Just be like, if he wants to be like that, he can be like that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just try and win.
That's right. So Julian, he's he was unfortunate for him losing against Duranduru, because if he kept going in this event, he would have put himself in a real good position.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't. He's still in the run.
Still in the run.
Him and Felipe are on the exact same points.
And his surfing throughout was good. Real good. And there's a couple of times in the heat where I looked like he was rattled and the pressure was getting to him then. Well, the heat before, the round 4, he's lucky to scrape through.
Because he got second to Owen Wright, and he wasn't surfing that good. He come towards the end and he had to got one right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that good, but he just scraped through.
Yeah.
So.
But and then Juru got him. Juru was on fire, so good on him.
So I hope he just does well at pipe, and they bring it towards the top end of the up into the quarters, and then it will get really exciting, and we'll be frothing.
So Toledo,
knocked, man.
Ross, I was saying coming into it, he's mentally broke.
He's gone.
He lost round 1. He doesn't lose round 1.
No, and
he's his score for round 1 was a 9.56.
Yeah,
he doesn't get 9.56.
Not usually. No, he's a bit rattled, I'd say, and you know what's worse for Felipe? He hasn't had a good result at Pipeline before.
Yeah,
really.
Where the other boys have.
They have.
Medina's been in 2 finals, and Julian won it.
Yeah, but fair enough. Felipe said he's been claiming that he's been training in a bit more heavier water. So you never know. He gets tubed off his nut and comes out.
I've been saying I think he's going to turn up and perform, but maybe not this pipe, because I think the mental game might get to him.
Yeah, because his
head's not in it. Say it was big waves earlier in the year, I think he would have performed, but hopefully we find out.
Yeah, he's got broken dreams like Strider.
They're saying.
Gabriel, did you see Brazilian Storm? They're just breaking dreams.
Did you? Did you see? There was one when Felipe. They were doing a little cross to maybe Strider, and they were like, it was after Felipe got knocked out, and he goes, and said something like, it's not been going well for some competitors. And then they sort of moved past him onto Toledo's locker. And I was like, it was pretty poor taste. So I was like, if that was Julian Wilson, I'd be like, you don't need to do that.
Oh, they do it though.
They're doing it, yeah. They were having a little dig almost. I'm like, he doesn't, you put more pressure on him.
Yeah.
But
other things in the event were probably like some pretty crazy stuff was like Flores.
Oh, I love Flores.
He was going good, but he needed a couple of barrels to get through, and he went over the falls pretty big time, and he hit his head real bad.
What did I'm trying to think? I think it was his round 3 or something.
Yeah, and he said he hit the sand so hard that it felt like Mike Tyson just punched him in the face.
Yeah, that's concussion.
Yeah, he was out.
They're the conditions you're going to get a bad head knock.
Yeah, and he's had injuries with his head before.
Well, he's a charger.
Yeah, and well, the doctors have actually, like I've heard, that the doctors have actually said to me, man, you got to watch out, like
be careful.
Yeah, because you're
same as Owen.
Yeah, pretty same deal.
He's probably having a TBI or
and
multiple
every
concussions.
single wave after that, he's pulling the tubes and not making them and getting flogged.
It
wasn't as bad as that.
Yeah, he was there. You could see his head was hurting. I thought maybe he's done an eardrum.
He's a warrior.
And then next thing he's pulling ones they weren't as big, but he's charging them.
He's a warrior.
I was like, what are you doing?
It's like, da.
I was going to say, how big do you think that wave? The big that wave.
That was an 8-footer.
I reckon
8
bigger.
10.
I'll say 10.
It was like.
I was even
wave.
saying it was like 12. It was fucking huge.
It looked like pipeline.
It was huge.
Yeah, he went over the falls like pipeline.
How bad did he fall?
Pretty bad.
He fell upside down and backwards, and hit and skipped. He probably got thrown. I didn't see his body come thrown through. You see his board just going over the falls. Yeah. Man, that was bad, eh?
But yeah, should we? Yeah, that's. I felt bad for him, but it was quite funny that round. There was that many wipeouts like that.
Yeah.
And it was they were getting pounded.
He's still got some barrels.
Weight. Oh yeah. But they were, all of them got a couple of tubes, but all of them got a couple of poundings as well.
Yeah.
Like there was heavy waves out there. Like
it was getting scary.
Yeah, these guys are the best in the world, and they're going down.
And pitched.
Yeah. So
he bailed. I think they were saying maybe his hand slipped, but I think he did intentionally. Like, he wasn't making it at that stage. It was over.
If he stood up, anyway,
he would have gone with the whole lip.
Yeah. So there was no way he was going to stand up. I don't think so. But yeah, what do you reckon? Should we just go through the title circumstances?
Just before that, Joanne Juru got I think it was Joanne Juru in round 3. He got a barrel and it spat once, and then a second later it spat twice, and he came out. He got a 6.5.
Yeah, right.
I was like,
he won that
7
still, but didn't he?
Yeah, but it was 7.5.
I think at that stage they weren't putting as much emphasis on the barrel.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it was
spits legit. Twice. So I'm like, you got to. The last thing, before we move on to that is Perez.
Yeah.
So that barrel, what do you think?
It would have been a 10, I reckon. But
yeah, so
they reckon that he didn't complete it. But he was out in front, but he just because he leant back like that sort of thing. But no, to come out of that thing anyway, he was out in front.
Yeah, see, I was thinking that too. Like, it's not an air. You don't have to complete it. He came out of it.
Yeah, but
he fell over, but he still came out of it. So I was a bit like,
see, but I think they've fully put the rule down that you've got to be you've got to just fucking ride.
They've tried to make a distinction.
Yeah, you're like you've just come out the doggy door and gone like that. You've got to it's got to go boom, and you've got to ride out with it a little bit. Like, so, like the foam, you've got to ride the foam a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So they're making the distinction. You got to come out and show
and
stability.
Show complete stability out. Yeah, that's right.
How fucking good a barrel, though, was it?
It was legit.
Just for him.
Got blown into that second section that was super, super deep, and he come freaking
one of the best. Yeah, it was. Let's say he does come out. What's your score?
10.
Yeah, it's got to be 10.
It was a 10.
It's undoubtedly
it was
10.
like a fucking 8-footer.
I know. It was just...
Yeah.
Well, at least he got the barrel.
Yeah.
Like, they may not give it to him, but he did it.
That was better than some of the barrels you'll see at Pipe.
It was crazy. Yeah. When I saw it, I was messaging everybody going... I think I was saying 9, but... It was a 10. Like, I say...
And then it comes
I never say 3 point... Yeah, 3 point... whatever. I was like, what the hell? Because I didn't really take note of him not completing. I was like, oh, he came out.
Yeah.
But then
Pete back.
Yeah, and I remember hearing Pete Mel, he was like, that's a 10. But yeah, he didn't necessarily, he wasn't stable coming out. So
exactly.
Crazy barrel, though.
Crazy barrel.
Okay.
Let's get these rankings happening.
Okay, yeah. So we got rankings up. So where are we sitting now?
So look, Gabriel's on top.
56,000.
Yeah. Julian and Felipe got equal, 51 for 50.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're less than 5,000 behind Medina.
Yeah. And Italo's can't be in it on 4th with 43.
Yeah. So we spoke about that.
Yeah.
4 wins and he's still not in the
3 wins.
3 wins. He's still not in the title race.
So. Too many 13ths and 25ths.
Yeah.
But about this title race, so. Where is it? Gabriel, if he wins the whole event at Pipe...
Well, he's obviously won.
He won. If he
If he gets to the semis,
and Julian and Felipe have to make the final.
Yep.
And then if he gets
if he gets to the semis, Julian and Toledo, one of them needs to win.
I'll have to win.
Yeah, you have to win.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, and then if he makes the
quarters, if they just make it to the final,
yeah,
they can win.
Yeah, but before that, it doesn't really matter because you don't get because they're 5,000 points.
Behind.
You don't get anything above 5,000 points before that.
Yeah, say you got knocked out in round 2.
They still have
to make
semis. Oh no,
they need the 6,000 points.
Yeah, so they'd have to. Still make the semis?
Yeah, semis.
No, because
6,000.
No, but he'd get points for not getting knocked out in round 2.
I don't think he gets points.
Yeah, you get.
I guess it'll get scratched.
No, you get. Oh, will it?
Yeah, say he gets 25 here.
Oh, because 2 get scratched.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So there's there is circumstances, but most of them are they have to make the final or win the final if he doesn't make the quarters.
Yeah. So it's good.
Coming in the pipe.
I was really hoping Julian would progress further, catch up a bit more, but still good. It's coming down the pipe.
Yeah. Well, that's what we touched on before. It was unfortunate that he didn't, but coming to pipe, he's good there. But so's Gabriel.
Yeah.
But this is another thing.
Backdoor Toledo.
But they're going to be coming up against dudes that are really good at pipe. They're going to be coming up against wild cards that have got through the pipe trials.
That's all they do is surf
pipeline. They got all these guys that surf heavy water, and this is a different thing. They can come out and beat them because they can get better barrels at pipeline. Depends.
There's other guys too. Flores,
pipe master.
Yeah, so it's not like there's specialty guys.
Parko will be back.
Yep.
Parko's a pipe master. There's so many guys that are really
good at surfing that wave.
Oh,
if Kelly is not injured, if Kelly's not injured, he can win it.
He can win. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What's the young fella from Aussie? If he gets in there with a wild card.
Oh, you're talking Jack Robinson.
Jack Robinson, he could win pipe.
Well, he'll probably be in the trials.
Yeah.
He'll be in the
trials.
So
if he wins the trials and goes through.
And don't count out guys like, Perez.
Yeah, Perez.
And, guys that can get super tubed.
There's
some serious guys. Owen Wright can get so barreled.
Yeah, and charging.
Yeah, and Italo, man.
Italo's another one.
Yeah. So
it's not guaranteed that Medina or the other guys are going to get to the pointy end. They've had good results, but there's a lot of good surfers that will be in that event.
Absolutely. Yeah,
absolutely. Anyway,
that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Pretty much it. We're going to come back and do probably a few podcasts on the Triple Crown.
Yeah, Haleiwa, Sunset, and then into Pipeline.
And we'll be looking at QS rankings going in. How to requalify, who needs what to requalify, so you can check it out.
Who's making it? It'll all be on the next couple of episodes.
Yeah, so
subscribe.
I'm dead set looking forward to that. Yeah, I think we're on 5 subscribers, so we were going for 6, so that's pretty bad us. No, it should still be recording. Ew. Okie dokie. Anyway, that's it for this one, and we'll do another podcast in a couple of weeks.
See you guys.
Yep.